Welcome to New Agent Orientation. So in this presentation today, we are going to walk through how to get you in and figuring out what's what in KW. It is the #1 company in real estate, and being so, there's so many different features and things that you can partake in and engage in. And so we're going to get you engaged and figuring out what's what with our presentation today. And then we'll follow this with our launching your career in real estate event. It's a half-day program that we're going to be doing in partnership with one of our sponsors, South Oak Title, our qualifying broker, and it'll give you an opportunity to meet and greet with new agents like yourself, and also learn some basics, hear some of your first things for contracts, meet leadership, have some refreshments, and get to know one of our most important vendor sponsors. So if you'll follow along with me, we'll walk through the presentation today. First up is our leadership team. We have our executive leadership team, which consists of our operating partner, Adam Beams. He is the owner and operator of this franchise, as well as the Auburn franchise. We have myself. I am the team leader, and so I am in charge of profitability, productivity, and growth for the company. We have Susan Sullivan, who is our Market Center Administrator. She is the CFO to my CEO. We are handling things with her. She is compliance, she is finance, she is transmitting, she is all things financial and daily operations of the office. So you'll oftentimes find her in her office working on reports and processing and systems. And so she's a vital part of who we are. Maria Traylor also is fulfilling a role in our Auburn office, and so she is doing similar to what Susan is doing, and that's how you can contact her if you're in the Auburn office and in need. Our qualifying broker from Montgomery is Jimmy Ann Campbell. She has been in the business over 40 years. She has been president of everything you can be president of. She's been president of the board. She currently serves as Alabama Real Estate Commissioner for our area, and she is an asset to us. She, alongside our productivity coach, help new agents with their first few transactions. We don't want anybody going out there putting in offers, taking listings, working on contracts, and they're not knowledgeable exactly what they're doing. So come to her, come to Vicki, utilize our support team. That's going to keep you out of trouble and us out of trouble. So no question is a dumb question, and we're here to help you with that. You'll be able to meet her at our Launching Your Career event coming soon. This is an example of our org chart. So some people not mentioned initially. We have a compliance coordinator that does that offsite virtually. We have a productivity coach, Vicki Wadsworth, which you'll meet her at the Launching Your Career in Real Estate Day. We have Kia Pitts, who's the Director of First Impressions. And then we also have our Associate Leadership Council. So the Associate Leadership Council, or we fondly call them the ALC, operates our office like a board. They're the top 20% in production, and they get invited year over year to join this prestigious board. Each one of them are in charge of a committee that they chair that meets with agents. So you have Kitty Douglas, who is the Career Development Committee Chair, Vicki Wadsworth, who is the Culture Chair, Sarah Little, who is the Technology Chair, and our Market Center Tech Trainer, Laquan Hurd, who is the Growth Committee Chair, and then Shaquille Green, who is our Social Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Chair, and also our Regional Representative to the Social Equity Task Force. Logos and branding is something I get asked about a lot. Here on the page here, you'll see some examples of what our brand at KW Montgomery is. This is our brokerage. Keller Williams is the franchise. KW Montgomery is our brokerage name. And so on any of your branding, it should have that DBA name, which is KW Montgomery. You're able to download logos from My KW. They're also in our Agent Google Drive folder. Any signage or printed branding must be approved by me. Each agent is able to have their own logo. As you can see an example on the screen here, Cherie Banks Pickett. We have a Pantone color palette that you will give your designer, and then as long as it's in compliance with that and includes the KW Montgomery, because that's your brokerage. You're able to have your own logo and branding. Again, that all has to be approved through the team leader. So send me any proof before printing so that that can be approved. Keller Williams Red Day is a day that we're really proud of. We have it every year in May, and it's the day when Keller Williams associates are asked to give where they live. We're dedicated to renewing and energizing the communities we live in. Here's an example of this past year's Red Day. We collected snacks. We collected school supplies, and we gave a pizza party to a local children's home. We also connected with a horse training farm. They do therapeutic riding for special needs children and PTSD survivors. And so we went and did a cleanup day on that farm, also collected a lot of supplies, and again, gave that pizza party to Brentwood Children's Home. It was a great day. Every year we plan ahead for that, and so that we can put a nice event on and support our community. The year before last, we did a meal for the first responders. And so we fed Haynes Ambulance and Life Flight 150 responders, and we collected money and partnered with a local restaurant, 2 local restaurants to feed them, got to tour the helicopter. It was very, very cool, and they were very touched. Here is a video looking at Red Day and the culture of Keller Williams. So we always do a big campaign around that for Red Day every year, and have a good time planning it with our ALC and our culture committee on what community organizations we're going to support, how we can give back, and then we also give back throughout the year for different things that are going on. Keller Williams is the largest real estate company in the world, and yet we're really proud of these different parts of our company that give back and support people. And so these 3 programs, KW Cares, KW Kids Can, and Bold, which Bold is not a nonprofit organization, it is a support and training. I'm going to let you guys watch the video here to learn a little bit more about it, and it's something that you're going to hear about consistently as you have your time with KW.
When Hurricane Florence came through, it just a flood of water.
We're down here in New Bern with Keller Williams Cares.
The Carolina region has been extraordinary in responding to this emergency.
We are here in New Bern, and we are ready to rock and roll. We've had volunteers come from all over the country to help us.
So when you go into the house, the very first thing the leader of the group will do.
The agents have all come together to support our agents in need.
So I would say over the next 2 weeks, we'll probably top over 1,000 volunteers.
We've been working very hard, cleaning out houses, trying to support people in any way we can.
We're looking for work crews of 6 to 8 people.
I called KW Cares, the crisis line, and they were out here the very next day.
We've got generators. We've got cleaning supplies.
We would love shovels, also wheeled trash cans.
They gave my mother a generator. They gave us gas. And now they're here cleaning out my son's house.
Just the fact that we're here, showing them that we care, that is as important as going in and demucking these homes.
It would have been a long road if KW Cares wasn't here.
We have a lot more to do. We've been in it for a week, and I can tell you we're going to be here for quite a bit longer.
We say Keller Williams is a family, and that's exactly what it is. When you see how you're changing lives, it will change your life forever.
KW Cares is one of the greatest examples of what families do.
So KW Cares is a, like I said, local, national, not local, national nonprofit.
When hurricane
And you'll have the opportunity to give back to KW Cares throughout contribution and events and things that come up. And they typically help through tragedy, through hurricanes or weather events, but also if a tragedy or health situation occurs to your family, you're able to apply and say, I'm in need of a grant from the organization. There's been instances that KW Cares has been involved in things before insurance has come in, before FEMA has come in to a natural disaster. And so it's something that we pride ourselves on, not only sales, but who we are as a culture. And then KW Kids Can is another nonprofit organization, and it really gives back to our kids, our youth, and young adults.
My generation wants to change the world, to realize our full potential and live life to its fullest. But we need the guidance and tools to make that dream a reality. That's what draws us to attend QL, a World Changer Mindset by KW Kids Can. In 2015, KWKC set out with a vision to dramatically change the lives of young people everywhere. In just 1 year, they have empowered thousands of motivated millennials across America and in countries around the world. Powered by Gary Keller's Quantum Leap, the QL program introduces powerful concepts and models that inspire us to see the world and ourselves in an entirely new way. We leave QL ready to achieve our goals and live a life of intention. Together, we will change the world. To learn more about KWKC's mission and to get involved, please visit kwkc.org.
So that is a program for young adults to participate in and learn more about goal setting and preparing themselves for the future. And it's something that's typically taught throughout the year. Even during COVID and when things were shut down, they were doing virtual episodes of this. And there's ways that you can apply for a kid in your community or your family to attend these, or at some point in your journey with KW, become a KW Kids Can Quantum Leap instructor. So there's opportunities all around. Bold is a phenomenal class that's held regularly in the KW world, and it's an opportunity to sign up. It has really evolved from COVID, where everything was online. They did the very first Facebook Live, having over 100,000 members of a Facebook group that led Facebook Live instructional last year multiple times. It started out being a course in person, and it's something that you're definitely going to hear about here at KW Montgomery.
Hi, I'm Gary Keller, and I just want to take a second and talk to you about your real estate career. I get asked all the time, Gary, if there was just one thing that I could do that would have the biggest impact on my career, what would that be? And honestly, without even having to think about it, I tell them, you need to get bold. Now, seriously, I think you need to get bold. You need to take our Bold program. Now, here are just a few facts I want to share with you about Bold. You know, the current average of contracts per real estate agent while in Bold is 14.2 contracts in just a 7-week period. Bold increased written units of attendees by 50%, sold units by 50%, and GCI by 114%. Those who got Bold and had 4 to 6 years experience in the business had 44% more written units, 41% more sold units, and 35% more GCI than those with 4 to 6 years experience who didn't attend Bold. Those who got Bold and had 7 to 10 years experience had 44% more written units, 35% more sold units, and 20% more GCI than those with 7 to 10 years experience who didn't attend Bold. You get the point? Sales associates with 40,000 to 50,000 GCI had 78% more units written, 62% more closed units, and 130% increased GCI than they did before they attended. So what do I think when I hear all that? I think you need to get bold. I'm going to tell you the secret is the program does work because it gets you to do what you need to do. It holds you accountable to do it. And you know, it's one of the toughest things about our business. We're independent contractors. We want all the freedom. At the same time, we struggle with the challenge of holding ourselves accountable. Bold's not only going to teach you what to do, it's going to help you find a way to be accountable to do it. I think you ought to do it. I know I would do it. I'll tell you one last thing. I think you ought to do it 10 times. I'm not kidding. I think you ought to do it 10 times. The first time you take it, you ought to pretend like you're in the first grade or second grade. I want you to think about every time you take it, you take 1 or 2 year leap in your education. 10 times gets you out of high school, gets you out of college. So until you've mastered bold, don't know that your business doesn't need it. Good luck.
So again, bold is something you're definitely going to hear a lot more about. I'm a believer in bold. Our OP Adam Beams got on the path that he's on due to taking bold, and so we've seen it really empower people's lives. And it's more than a training. So just stay tuned to hear more about bold. These are just some of the things that make KW who we are. And then, of course, we have profit share. So Gary Keller says money is good for the good it can do. And here's a little video on profit share.
We refer to profit share and growth share as passive income because once a productive agent names you as a sponsor, if they're in any profitable market center in the United States or Canada, you can receive a portion of that profit. Or if they are in any other country, you can receive a portion of the ongoing franchise royalties, which is automatically deposited into your account. You can sit on the beach and receive growth share and profit share. Now that's passive income. It sounds like fun, and it is fun, but there's a smart business principle behind it. Gary Keller explains that the systems are programs that allow associates to build a business inside a real estate company that is as powerful as if they owned the company themselves. This means that if you are a part of a market center's growth trajectory, you can be rewarded off of the success of the company. However, unlike owners, you don't need to invest any capital. Your opportunity is entirely passive. You have no financial risk, no legal risk, and no down payment. Why would a company do this? Because when someone names you as their sponsor, you've helped the company grow. And profit share and growth share are Keller Williams' way of thanking you. It's a win-win, and win-win is an integral business building block in our Keller Williams Realty system. The exchange of work for income is expected. Passive income has a different formula. Rather than exchanging labor for income, you rely on your vision. You think long-term. Plant a seed today. Give the other agent in one of your transactions a shift or an MREA book. And they may or may not join Keller Williams and name you as their sponsor tomorrow. But in time, the seeds you plant can grow into a profit share and growth share tree that provides you and your family with new opportunities and security. The opportunity is unlimited and the potential immense. Associates who have made the decision to participate in the program have seen their lives changed forever. Profit share and growth share enabled them to send their children to college, pay for medical bills, support their communities, provide financial relief to others in need, to travel. Simply put, to live their lives the way they want to. And depending on the laws in your country, growth share and profit share can be willed to a beneficiary. This opportunity isn't for other people, it's for you and your family. You have the opportunity to collect passive income. It's a win-win.
So each of you that signed on with us named a sponsor, but that's not where it ends. It's where you now can refer people to Career Night. We're hosting a pre-license course back again on rotation for the first time since COVID, so they can do blended in person and online. We have up teen training opportunities to invite co-op agents to. And so it's really an open door policy. I'm always going to ask somebody, how did you come to us? How were you referred to us? We have a new platform called Recruiting Bridge where each agent has a login and a site where they can send somebody to that. That person registers themselves, gives all their information, and that lead is attached to you. So when someone comes in and interviews, I know that you specifically invited them and recommended them to us. And so this is a way that you can grow your profit share tree. And this is a way that you can support your family with passive income here at Keller Williams. Here is an opportunity map of KW, and I'm going to let you watch this little video about that.
Hey everybody, Mike Z here. We talk a lot inside Keller Williams about our value proposition as a company. What does that even mean? As an agent, I pay a cap to my market center. What value do I get in return? Well, the simple answer is you determine what value proposition you get inside the company. It's totally up to you. There's no one size fits all. There's no right or wrong. There's tons of opportunity inside Keller Williams. This is our opportunity map. And then you decide what you want to plug into and when you want to plug into it. How does that work? How do I plug into these opportunities? Well, let me give you a real world example. I'm going to talk about my business partner, Laura Strunk, one of my favorite people in the company. She came into Keller Williams as an agent, and she was a great agent to the point where she didn't have enough time to service all her clients. So she realized if she wanted to have more time and more money, she needed to really start succeeding through others. So Laura raised her hand to be on the Agent Leadership Council, which is a forum designed by Gary Keller to specifically help people develop their leadership skills so they can succeed through others. She used those skills to build a team, and she became a mega agent team. She started benefiting so much from what was inside Keller Williams that she wanted to share it with her friends at other companies that could also benefit from it. So she introduced Keller Williams to a lot of her friends, and she started building her agent profit share tree. Later on, she self-discovered that as much as she loves working with buyers and sellers, she gets more enjoyment, more psychic reward from helping agents build their businesses. So she raised her hand and said, I'd love to be a productivity coach. So we took her through the career visioning process and she became our productivity coach. In fact, she was so great at it that when we decided to acquire another market center, you're such a great leader, you know the systems, models, and tools, will you do it with me? So Laura became an investor in a market center with me. After that, we decided to launch a title company, and Laura was an investor in that as well. Laura then decided that, you know what, I want to be more effective in helping other people. So instead of just meeting people one-on-one, I want to be a great instructor. So Laura trained the presenter advanced, and she became approved faculty inside of Keller Williams University. Around this time, because we're networking all the time with other top leaders in the company, top agents, an opportunity presented itself to invest in one of the worldwide regions. So we did that together. Laura and her husband, Laura's originally from Massachusetts. We're here in Maryland. She's operating a team here. She's the PC here. She has a market center, title company with me. They decided to relocate up to Cape Cod. They always wanted to be there. So Laura relocated and she started an expansion team in Cape Cod. She also kept her team here, also being a PC here. And now, recently, that market center discovered, you know what? We've got an amazing talent on our hands here with Laura, and they invited her to be a team leader of the market center. So that's the way we open ourselves up to opportunity. We go to local events in our market center. We plug into our market center. We serve there. We go to regional events. We go to national events. And we take advantage of what I consider the number one opportunity in Keller Williams that's not on this map. And that is our culture is to share and help each other. We are the best networking company out there, all industries, as far as I'm concerned. So you network with people who are market center investors, who are PCs, who are team leaders, wherever you want to be, whatever you want to plug into, find people who are doing it, call them up, go visit them, and find out how they got there, and then you plug in too. Here's all the opportunity inside Keller Williams. You determine your value proposition. I determine mine. Take care, everybody.
I love that video, and that is what really drew me to KW. I started as an individual agent, actually at another franchise, and joined KW. And a short time afterward, I was presented with the opportunity to go through that career visioning process and step into a leadership role. And so it's something that I am passionate about, and I'm passionate about helping agents achieve that as well. So it's very cool that you can become more than just a licensee here at KW. So we talked a little bit about the ALC, and that's comprised again from the top 20% in production, and those are our leaders of the office. We have technology here for you. Command is our platform that we use. It's your contact management, your sales pipeline, how do you handle referrals, how you do compliance. You're going to learn a lot more about Command and become familiar with how to utilize that. Your branded app, once you have completed your Scott Leroy technology questionnaire, he will get you set up in all of your technology. And one of the things he gets set up for you is your unique branded app. This is that you can share with individuals. They can search for homes. They can refer you to people. It's not bound by MLS. It is so cool. Spend some time learning your app, how to utilize it, so that you can be seen as the neighborhood expert and you're branded. And it's so cool that you have your own app. Kelly is something that they're really phasing out. They started Kelly as artificial intelligence to help us connect to Command and the app. And it's something kind of phasing out a little bit, but you can still get some referrals through there. And so just check that out as well. And that's all I have this morning or today for our orientation. I'm looking forward to meeting with each one of you in our Launching Your Career at KW. Our event will be soon. Be on the lookout for invitation. You'll meet myself, our MCA, our front desk, our special vendor partners, our qualifying broker, and you're going to walk away alongside of this, our resource website, and have the ability to step into your first 30, 60, and 90 days, feeling confident and comfortable in utilizing the resources and obtaining the knowledge to get your career launched. So it's an honor to be in business with you, and thank you so much for coming today.